Okay, so I wanted to make this video because now when you go on Instagram, when you go on YouTube, when you go on social media in general, you have two options, right? You can go to the people talking about the hype about Claude Code, or you can go to the people talking about the useful side of Claude Code. So I'm going to delve into the deeper steps of this actually and what I really mean by this. So let me just start off by saying these are the two only things or two only sections you have, I would say, in Claude or like inside of AI. You have the useful section, and then you have the hype section. So what the hype section is all about is for people to understand, yo, this is the most insane thing ever. Like basically give you the FOMO feeling that you're really like missing out, but they don't really tell you what you're missing out on. So what it really is resulting in is basically just a lot of noise, which I've written down here. And what I mean is that when you have a lot of people talking about different stuff about something that is currently, going around like hyped and like a new thing, there's always going to be people hyping it up and making people just get the FOMO feeling. That's just normal, we're human beings and we do that. But here's where the big thing comes in. Like here's when it's kind of like it turns, like basically they start by going from the noise to then starting to flexing. So essentially what they're flexing is that they've made something cool. Let's say they built a website, they built something cool that they think are help, not necessarily helpful, but they think is like cool enough or good enough for just the general audience, or just post it and then get people to get the FOMO feeling. So what this actually does, instead of them, giving you something, they are just flexing it and giving you no return. So they're essentially just taking your time, taking your view, because you're giving them a view on the software, on whatever, right? Because you're getting the FOMO feeling, and then maybe you comment, maybe you like, but essentially you watch the video. That's the whole point. So the only skill that they get, which I've written down here, the only skill that they get out of this is that they are selling a vacation with no plane ticket. That's why it's hype, because you can go to Bahamas. Let me draw this bad palm. You can go to Bahamas, like go to the beach, take a swim and all of that. But in order for you to get there, you need to have a plane. Like, how are you gonna get there? Are you gonna swim, or are you gonna you could also take a boat, whatever, right? But you still need to get there. So essentially, they're selling you. It's kind of like, you can say it's like Bitcoin. They're selling you the high, but they are making you also, invest on that high when they have already sold. So when they again they're buying dip instead of buying, on the low already, if that makes sense. So what you really should be doing, and what most people are missing, or I wouldn't say most people, but a lot of people are missing it, is that you should use Claude and AI as a leverage. How can you make more money? How can you, use less time, let's say with your, not necessarily your clients, but in different parts of your business that is taking up a lot of your time? And how can it be useful to the people like your clients? So what we are doing, I've recently built a CRM system, which then has essentially everything that I feel like our clients need, what also I need me personally, because not only then can I use it, but also all of my clients and maybe their clients as well. It depends how big you want to make it. So now we just made the 1.0 version, and what it's essentially all about, it's they don't need to pay to use that thing, other than obviously being in our coaching group, or they don't even need to be in that. But if they then aren't in our coaching group, then maybe we give a fee, right, to get people to use it, because it's actually it's insane. And I made it with Claude, and I spent so much time and energy on it, and I'm gonna post more videos about it. I literally just launched it, so I haven't had time to show too much about it. But we're saving them money in the first place, because they can have a lot of crazy subscriptions, or they can just have a software engineer or something like that billing it out. But that will be expensive. They will have to sell a liver, you know. And then we're also saving them time, because we have essentially everything they need in order for them to grow and be useful. Like, we have the CRM where they track the leads, where they do follow up with the leads, they track metrics, they find social media content ideas, they have, you know, ideation. It also have a lot of like how much sell content you need to post, how much share content, and essentially every single lever you need in order for you to just have a useful and also like fully working business in today's society. So that's where it leads me to number 3. Is it useful? Like, I can build a CRM that has just simple side of like, you know, putting in metrics and all of that, but then I'm not really competing with anyone. You know, I'm essentially just I'm shooting too low. You know, like it's like a half court shot, and I'm just I'm trying to just I'm trying to dunk it from deep. You know, so it gotta be useful, and it gotta be like, you have to make something good now for it to be able to even compete with the rest of the people. You know, like, you can either do the hype where you essentially just, you're in your own space, to be honest. Like, you're I don't know what you're doing, right? You're just wasting time, essentially. You're selling a vacation with no plane ticket. But then you can also do the useful section where you maybe you're making money from it. You're spending less time on something that is a big headache for you, or it's just really useful in every single, you know, section of your business. So what does this lead to? It leads to that you're an authority. You're a go-to person. Kind of like a good person in this is Alex Ramosi. You know, he's a big authority. When people see him, they know what to expect. And that's essentially what we want to get out of our clients, but also what you need to do, especially now when there's so much AI slop. So essentially, this, you can call this AI slop, and this is, you know, sorry, I don't know what I'm doing right now. And this is the useful slop, if that is a word. So yeah, AI, just full on bullshit, and then you have the good stuff here. So I don't know why I drew all over that, but let me just remove it real quick. So yeah, you have 2 options. You can be useful. You can actually use it as a leverage or another hand of yours, or you can just be the one to sell the high and essentially don't do anything with it. You know, this is like, you have a crazy opportunity right now to just use it as leverage and get ahead, because so many people don't spend time getting into it. Like, they're like, I won't need it because in this amount of months or this, you know, time period, like it's just a bubble, you know, like stuff like that. So I don't know what they said when social media first came out, but that might be one of the things that they also said. So really just understand not only Claude, but AI in general, how we can use it for the better, and not just think about, you know, look at the hype, look at all the noise. Don't do that. Actually just understand, like, if I can use AI, will it be actually helpful for me or will it not? Because that is also one thing you need to ask. Like, do you really need it in the first place? You can say yes, you can say no, you know, like, and a lot of people will tell you need it, but I don't think that. Like, it really depends what your business and what you're doing in general. So will you need it, and will it help you? And if so, then why shouldn't you, you know, be the one to use it in a useful manner and not just try to sell the hype? So yeah, that's my insights on Claude and the AI as of right now, and what you should be doing. So see ya.